Watch as these magnificent creatures take flight.
The relative location. The relative location of Iraq is around the Middle East, bordering the Persian Gulf. Iraq also borders Iran and Kuwait. Size. Iraq's size is around 438,317 square kilometers, or around the same size as California. The land. Most of Iraq is littered with deserts and an assortment of hills and plains. Bodies of water include the Tigris, Euphrates rivers, and the Persian Gulf. The population of Iraq is around 37.2 million people. 20% of the people are 15 to 25 years old. 40% is 0 to 14 years old. 33% is 25 to 54 years old. 4% is 55 to 64 years old, and another 4% is 65 and more years old. Iraq's life expectancy is 66.2 years old for males and 71.8 years old for females. The average family size is 7.7 people. The government. Iraq's government is a federal parliamentary representative democratic republic, which is basically almost like ours. And their president is
Fuad Massoum.
The history. Iraq was founded on October 3rd, 1932. Iraq gained independence from Britain on that same date. Britain later occupied Iraq during World War II due to their fuel supply in oil, which later, after the war, they became independent once again. The Gulf War started on August 2nd, 1990 to February 28th, 1991. Religion. 60 to 65% of Iraq is Shia. 15 to 20% is Arab Sunni, and 17% is Sunni Kurdish. They believe in different things in different ways. Christian population is unknown. Oil is the biggest export in Iraq. Some of the bigger imports of Iraq include food, medicine, and electronics. Economy. 23% of the Iraq people live below the poverty line. The average Iraqi makes $4,000 a year. Some of the common foods of Iraq are kebab, maskouf, karmadam, sufam, Iraq fudge, and lemon bars. While most women in Iraq cover up their faces and all of their body, men like to wear long robes. Women's rights. Women attained the right to vote and run for office in 1980. However, during Saddam Hussein's rule, women's rights seem to be going backwards. Terrorist groups. Recently, ISIS was just reported of being pushed back from Iraq, as they just lost their last town. While the Department of State advises Americans not to go to Iraq, there are still many ways you can get to Iraq, including buses or trains. Current events. Recently, American, Iraqi, British, and more troops took back Mosul, the last large city in Iraq, controlled by the Islamic State, also known as ISIS. The do's and don'ts. The do's are that Arabs are very proud and public appearances is extremely important. They believe in honor. Don'ts are that you should not put your feet on the table because it is disrespectful. Feet are dirty. Plus, in some areas of Iraq, changing from a Muslim to a Christian could get you arrested. Sports. Iraqis like to play mainly soccer, but also basketball, swimming, bodybuilding, tennis, boxing, and taekwondo. Entertainment. Iraqi people like watching films and film festivals, watching sports, worshipping their god, and music plus arts.